For the real?
Yeah, for real. And then will be season 2 for future, but the first year for us. We just updated the rosters. We didn't get the real rosters like that are now with Hopkins on the Cardinals and all that other shit. We didn't do that. I figure we wait for Madden to come out and enjoy that. I hope you guys know that I'm going to be editing the players in about as soon as I upload the rosters. So we gotta have to put a note out for everybody to check any edits that I get on any player, because those are going to be your diamond in the roughs, and I'm going to make the players a little bit the way they should be. So those late guys get some good picks too.
Alright, here, hold on, I gotta fix this,
Oh shit, you know what? I get to freaking watch this dude's game right now. Noah, you played him last week? Man, if you lose in the playoffs, just do me one favor. Don't release your roster. Cause man, I don't know who's gonna be with you, but that's gonna be something else.
Alright.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Take your time, brother. Let me see, he runs a lot of inside zone.
Alright, here we go.
He runs a lot of cover one all the time.
Alright, well, I'm gonna hop out of the chat so I can focus on this game.
Yep.
Alright.
You posted the link in the... There you go.
Yeah, I got it up.
Alright, thank you, bro.
In the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel got a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be.
Coach, thanks. We're about 12 miles south of the future home of the Chargers at the current home of the Chargers, and that's Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Oakland Raiders and our home team. 3 quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Come on, set. 30 base. Here we go, D, get off the field.
Yeah. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line.
Get ready, get ready.
A huge play there right off the bat, and even 60 yards. They had trouble stopping the run last week in a loss, and here it rears its ugly head early.
You're supposed to try and get your confidence going after a loss like that where you gave up big yards running the football. This is not the way to go about it.
And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Hunter Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
White down.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check. Crunch. 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 Raider 1. Alert flare. Alert flare. 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 Five down. 50. Check 50. What's up?
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
White. Shoot. Showing it. Dude's right.
Carr now to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr able to find Waller. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46.
Watch the safety creep. Have me. Hey, switch gears. Check 3.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he slings one that's incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Hey, 7:34. Safe. Check the back. Well, Jumbo.
To throw again, Carr. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way, and the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and roll with him and try and get him settled.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Eckler. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Down.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Melvin Ingram has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
'29.
Now Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
57's the mic. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Check 26. Low. Express.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here's the Raiders punter now. Travis Benjamin deep for the Chargers. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position.
Okay, break. The mic. 58's the mic. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
6-6. Bullet high.
Lucky.
Big rip.
They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Tahir Whitehead able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce and might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or 2, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse. How's
8 ounce.
that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're still looking at 0 on the scoreboard, and they're going to be hard-pressed to do anything with this field position as they'll start at their 1-yard line.
This almost feels like you're trying to climb Mount Everest because they can put together a decent drive, get a couple of first downs, maybe a third one, and still not even get to midfield. That's a daunting task for this offense.
Give him 30 yards there.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Carr now on first down. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
No. Off.
Carr to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerry Tillery drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
Ready.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10 going on the ground with Eckler. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 18 big yards on that one and a Charger first. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Let's go.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Switch up.
Ready.
2nd and 6. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually got to pick up a holding call.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Here is Eckler. It's a 7-yard gain that gets him back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From the gun, Herbert, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tahir Whitehead in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Ty Long now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
Down.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Check 9, check 9. Check safety, check safety. Bang, 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 bang. Don't do.
From the 24, Carr under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
You better be
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Double tight. You got 3 down, 3 down. Shift. Raider 9. Easy, kill. What's up?
To throw, it's Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Returning, it's Benjamin. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
8, read. General West.
To the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Off the play fake. Herbert. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Tahir Whitehead. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On the screen, this is Eckler. Room to run inside the 40.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Here we go. Set. 10-2 stop. Sit up.
I'm scared.
Right up.
1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Melvin Gordon, his 6th touchdown of the season. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
They are in the 2nd quarter down in Miami. And that one a 2-touchdown advantage now for the Seahawks. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here.
Mike 52. Hey, check. Switch it.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. It's Williams on the catch. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tyrell Williams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Bailey got the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go.
The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch this coming. Watch the screen. Check. He's coming.
X3. 218, chopper.
2nd and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
2 yards and able to get the 1st down in the process. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Down. 60 outlaw.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Get it.
Throwing again. Herbert. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. That last catch winds up costing him 3, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Herbert. Open man, it's Allen. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They'll get 34 yards there.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the 1st half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Herbert, he wants it all for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
You're mine.
To throw again. Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points. But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And the Raiders have got him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
They'll run here with Eckler. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Here's Carr. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Check, 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 check. White. 6-18.
Throwing again. Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off at his own 46. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Let's get this. Seal this game, boy.
Here we go. Set. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef, they want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
We ain't beginning.
Off play action. Herbert. He completes it to Henry. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Ready?
Operating from the gun. Herbert. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Buying time to his left. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown. And frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Throwing his car on 3rd down. He is going to find Hill here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Good stuff.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said a big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and, oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
Raider 1. Right 52.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that.
1, Raider 1.
Don't let him.
Shotgun now for Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And now a fumble. The ball's out and picked up by the Chargers. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over.
Come on, fellas.
Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Cut.
Now a toss play to Eckler. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Hey, you don't want to see it. Go.
Once more, here's Eckler. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
3 quarters have come and gone. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Raider 1.
52's the mic. Check 52's the mic.
I'm coming.
From the 29, Carr. And his throw here's incomplete. Nasir Adderley making like his Hall of Fame cousin Herb as he gets a hand in to knock it away. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Raider 8. Right here, over there, right? 52's the mic.
Know your job.
52's the mic, boys. 52.
Yeah.
To throw his Carr. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
47-yard punt, a return of 4. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions. But the game, certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. All day, pump. Let's go.
Now Gordon on first down. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. It's Eckler again. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Mike, hey, pick your game up.
Hey! Blue draw corkers. Fire!
Now Eckler. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready!
This is a counter play. Eckler. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
5-2 is the Mike. Mike's 5-2.
Smoke!
Get set.
On first down, Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now left side on the swing pass. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
185.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
On second down, it's Washington, and they're going to lose some on this play, being knocked back to the 18. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down.
I got you, boy. Heavy. Watch that.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
Let's get it.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the home team here, the win is their 5th of the year as they move to 5-8. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.